Well, we're back from Florida, folks. We had a fantastic time, and I think you've enjoyed all the videos. But we've got some stuff coming up for you. First of all, wait till a bit later on because we're going to be announcing the winner of the Kasori Tower for our November period of time. So keep what?
Keep watching.
Keep watching. We've
loud.
also got loads of questions and answers, so we're going to be showing you them as well. We're going to be doing a little bit of cooking in a minute. We haven't had our tea yet, but we're going to be using the Bluetti, the Elite 100.
But where are we doing it?
We're doing it in the kitchen because it's terrible weather.
Best one ever.
And we was planning to do it outside and do a bit of outside cooking, but unfortunately the day's got away with us. And
well, it's still raining, love. It's rained all day.
And as I said to you, we've got loads of questions coming up from you lot out there who want to know stuff about us. So do stay about from that. So anyway, let's get in the kitchen. The dogs were happy to see you, Sharon, aren't they?
They've said, Mummy, don't get up. Let Daddy cook on his own with his Bluetti.
Yeah. Anyway, that's not going to happen.
Stay there, Merlin.
In the kitchen.
Stay there, Merlin. Stay.
Let's get in the kitchen. Back in the kitchen. And here we go. Something slightly different. We're not relying on power in the wall today, folks.
There's the power lead.
No, we don't need the power lead.
No, I'm saying, I'm letting people see that is the power lead for the Bluetti.
We've got this little Bluetti, which we've used on many of occasions, as you know. This is the Elite 100, 1800 watt little power bank. And look at that, look how light that is to pick it up. Sharon's actually picked it up before, Sharon, haven't you? Yeah. So that's one of the great benefits of this one. One little handle, Sharon, look, off you go. Down for a little walk.
Why do you want to take a Bluetti for a walk?
Well, because sometimes my hands are full with other stuff. Anyway, so that's that. So let's get it plugged in first. You've got 2 sockets outlets on this one. You've also got some DC options there. You've also got some USB options there as well. USB-A and also the USB-C one. One of them's a 100 watt charger there. So first of all, we're going to turn it on first of all, and you do that with the power button in the middle.
Very good idea.
And we're going to turn the AC on by turning the AC on there. And that brings these 2 sockets on. If we wanted the DC sockets, all this stuff and that there to come on, you press the DC socket. So let's plug her in. And don't forget, this thing is rated at 2000 watts, our little induction hob here. But this is rated at 1800. They've got a little bit more power they can handle, but we never use this on full pelt because it will burn your food. So we normally use it about 1000 watt, maybe 1200. So let's get our frying pan out. What are we having anyway?
Well, you didn't get the frying pan out, did you?
I know, I forgot that. I'm going to do it now. What are you going for? You show them the food, you show them the food. Go on, off you go.
Right, Martin is having 2 of them, 2 breakfast pork patties, and let's see if he can make any more noise.
I know, sorry.
I'm not sure what it's supposed to have that with an egg, I'm not sure.
Frying pan,
he might even have avocado with it, I don't know.
Yeah.
And I am just going to have British lamb steaks.
British lamb steaks.
Yes, because I love lamb, but then again I love pork. I love chicken.
You love meat, baby.
I do, I love meat. I am a meat eater, but not a dog eater.
Right, so that's that. So that's on there.
Toilet on tap.
Yeah, normally we'd be doing this either in the garden or we'd be doing it outside in the car. It's pitch black outside, poured down with rain this afternoon.
Well, it's still raining now.
So that didn't really happen, Sharon, did it? Right, bit of butter. Now,
God was on my side.
You've started making your own butter, Sharon, haven't you?
Yeah, I think I don't know if there's any left actually.
Well, let's have a look, hold on. Bear with me, folks, we haven't really set this up, have we? Because we normally have the Kerrygold butter, but Sharon has started making it.
Tracy inspired me again from Tracy and Ben's vlogs, our daughter.
So, as you can see, we make our own butter now out of buttermilk.
Look what I've invested in, let's show you.
Not buttermilk, I mean cream, double cream. I think the Americans call it
whipping cream. Heavy cream.
Heavy cream, I think they call it, don't they?
So I've just purchased these off Amazon. Right. I'll get mine to put them in the link if anyone is interested. That's your paddles for your butter. Yeah. To get, even though like you rinse your butter out and all that, that's just to get any excess out when you're patting it into their shapes.
Yeah. So let's just turn this on. Again, we're not plugged into our mains power. We could be outside now, but we're not. We're in here. Starts off on 1600 watts. I'm going to take the temperature down to probably 1200. You can see already we're pulling 1292 watts on the AC side. So we're just melting that button.
Why didn't you get 2 of them? Look, it was 2 for a £5.
Well, I didn't think, did I?
No, you should have got 2.
2 packets?
Yeah.
Oh well, never mind. Never mind.
You wally wombat.
So yeah, this little induction hob is what we do our car cooking in.
Oh my God.
And we find it really handy, don't we?
Very handy, they're well stuck together.
Now we have got the muffin maker for like the McDonald's muffin maker, but we haven't got any muffin buns. That's it, like that.
We could have run that on, couldn't we? But No buns.
As you said, we haven't got the buns, have we?
I would have had that for tea.
Now, do you want to put your chop in there with it?
Hang on, let me just get that off my hands because it was quite slimy. Sticky.
Yeah, so this lovely little thing here, it is absolutely light to carry about. Not one of those big heavy ones, but it can power something like this. And don't forget the induction hob, Sharon, they can cook in no time, can't they? Which is what we like about them. Whack your bit of chopping as well, I don't mind it mixing up and all that. It'd be like a kebab, pork and lamb, wouldn't it?
Lovely.
Yeah, I know some people are a bit funny about mixing foods together, but it doesn't bother us in the slightest. 2 lovely lamb chops there you've got, or the bone is no.
These are lamb steaks, no bone.
Whack them in there, baby. That's it, get that old butter going on.
Well, really, I'm a bit cross with him.
Me?
You shouldn't be using my good butter, you should be using the ghee in the fridge.
Well, I didn't think. Well, ghee is good butter as well, Sharon.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's cheaper than using that.
Okay. Sorry.
Learn a lesson.
Anyway, right, we're going to cook these off a little bit. I will be putting some cheese on mine and also a couple of eggs on the top as well. I don't know what Sharon's going to do with hers.
I just have them like that.
Will you?
Yeah, I like to taste the lamb.
Yeah. Anyway, while we're doing this, let's just have a little look around this Bluetti. Now, we've used this, as I say, normally on 1200 watts. Maybe sometimes we take out to 1500 watts, but we've never had these fans come on. I think you've got little fans in here, Sharon, haven't you? And we've never heard them whirring up.
No.
The noise you can hear at the moment is actually the induction hob. So we don't normally push it to its limit, and people say, you'll go on YouTube and you'll find people doing tests on things and pushing them over and above their limit until they cut out.
Do you know what? Just as a thought, we're going to Scotland soon, as you know.
Yep.
I might even bung this in the car.
Yes, I think we will.
Because sometimes we need a drink, and rather than pay these ridiculous prices...
Yeah, that's where it's going to come in handy. So easy just to throw this in the car, folks. And as I say, £7 for 2 coffees when you pull over.
I know, it's ridiculous.
Or whatever.
I've got my little travel kettle I can take.
And then you're on the motorway cafes. You either go to you're eating fast food again, aren't you?
But it's handy to, God forbid, it got bad weather and we needed something hot. It could be worth taking even a tin of soup with us.
Yeah. Anyway, as you can see, these old induction hobs, they're really good now. And the great thing about these is, as I've mentioned before, get a sheet of that paper, Chef.
Hang on a moment, just let me turn my chop.
No flames to worry about, which we love. And if you just put that under there, get ready, slide it under, put it under there, and then put that back on there, that won't catch fire. That will not catch fire.
No.
So that's how safe these are. And you know yourself, if you're cooking, especially like in a tent, you ain't going to get no flames with this.
Or in the back of your car.
It could burn, or even the back of your car, wherever, yeah. With all carbon monoxide and stuff like that, with a little camping stove or whatever. So something like this is handy. Now, I know people have said, oh, it's a lot of money to spend on doing just camping, cooking like that. We're just showing you how we use it. There are people who go out in their motorhome or whatever, and they've got no power, or they're off-grid or whatever, and they use something like this. Bearing in mind, as I say, cooking's your main reason, which you want to use this for. And as I say, it cuts out the element of fire hazard when you're using the power bank. But you can power your house up.
Mind you, we have had power cuts here in Lincolnshire. We do get them. So we've also got that on standby if we do get a power cut.
Yep. We can boil the kettle up.
Yep.
We use a travel kettle with this. We've actually had this on 1200 watts, and we got a 600 watt travel kettle, which boils up 2 cups of tea in sort of maybe 4 or 5 minutes, which is ideal. Now you try boiling the kettle up on a camping stove outside, you won't be able to do it.
No.
Because the flame keeps blowing out, or it never gets hot enough. Right, well, you're going to cook that off a little bit more.
Yes, I am.
I'm going to get my own stuff ready because we've got a Q&A, Sharon.
Oh, right, okay.
And while you're doing that, we get some questions answered. Right, I've got some questions here then. Let's start off then. We've got one from Abby Tech. Abby Tech asked us, would you consider going back to vegetable gardening? Even if you don't use a polytunnel, just converting a little patch of your garden into a vegetable patch, that would be amazing. Well, I don't know whether it was on this channel, but we done vegetable garden. When I built the polytunnel back in 2014.
I can't remember when it was.
We grew our own veg in there. And it is very time consuming.
It is, it's a lot of hard work.
Because you're out there every day, you've got to water, you've got to check for bugs and stuff like that. And to be honest with you, we did it. It's something we've done. We did vlog all them. I don't know whether it's on this channel or my Retro Restore channel, I'm not too sure.
But also, we holiday a lot now, as you know, and we go off for days, and we can't expect Jimmy and Charlotte to do it.
Yeah, our lifestyle is totally different now. Realistically, no, not only that, we live in Lincolnshire, as you well know, and Lincolnshire provides a hell of a lot of the vegetables for the rest of the country.
Also, there's a lot of people that sell their veg outside their houses for really good money, good prices. So,
no, it's something we have done now, and our lifestyle dictates that we travel about quite a lot. And as a result of that, the answer to that one is a no, I'm afraid.
No.
Do you want to whack my eggs in there, or you reckon you're done, or what?
I'll give me lamb a bit longer, but I would have think yours are nearly done, love, so you can put your eggs in, yes.
Yes, you know, a couple of eggs in there.
I don't like to see any red on my meat.
No, well, I don't actually. I'll just whack them in there. Get that in the bin. There we go, just whack a couple of them in there. I ain't got no plates out or anything.
I was going to say, Captain Caveman, have you got plates out?
No, hold on for a minute. She did make some of these the other day, they were fantastic.
Oh yeah, my Sammy and JP.
Those were our
Scotch eggs.
Scotch eggs there. We had Sammy and JP over here a few days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they spent a few days with us basically.
Lovely, so lovely time.
Absolutely fantastic them. Right, that's that. Where's that block of cheese, Sharon? Is it in here? Oh, no,
Charlotte might have finished it if it's not in the bag.
Right, well let's use this one here then. So as you can see, we're doing all right there. Let's just click the power button there. Yeah, we're still cooking at 1276 watts at the end of the day. And we've got 77% power left. So you'll get a good 2 or 3 meals out of this.
Oh, easy.
Definitely. I mean, we could have dropped that down now even further, couldn't we?
Yeah.
What's it on now?
1200 still.
Right, take it down to 1000. We normally cook on 1000 watts on this, so yeah, you can always push it up a little bit. As you can see, they're cooking an absolute treat. Nothing's been cut here, so you're seeing this in real time. And normally to cook like this, that's it, I like them flipped over. Oh, you've done it, well done. Oh, you moved it, you broke the sin, you broke it, you moved it, baby. You shouldn't move it. When you first turn it over, let it sit. You broke it. Now, I've got to deal with that now, haven't I?
You don't mind.
Oh, no, I don't mind at all, of course I don't. Right, so that's coming on lovely there.
People would have thought you was moany then.
Oh, I don't say that. We're going to touch on that a little bit later on. We're going to touch on that, yeah. Sharon's not very happy, unfortunately.
No.
But we'll touch on that a little bit later on, folks. Let me put that back in there for you. Let's get a bit of cheese out there. I want a bit of cheese.
Do you want the eggs on top of your...
Yeah, well, I'll put the cheese on. Leave them in there for a minute.
They go hard, hurry up.
Go hard, baby. I should say I'm easy.
No chopping board.
Well, it's all done in a hurry, isn't it? This is real life, believe it or not. Right, so 4 of them, so I'll put 2 of them on there like that.
Well, cut me a slice.
I will cut you a slice. We've always looked like the Chef Perks, haven't we? Go on in. We always have a little taster, folks. There we go. So you can have that one. Chef Perks. That is my low carb tea tonight, that one. Bit of the old black pepper. A bit of Himalayan pink salt. And that'll do me for tonight. We got questions about what we're eating and all that stuff a bit later on for you, so...
Eating food.
Yeah, right, that was that question anyway. Next question. Oh, this comes from Emma Gulliver. Thanks, Emma. Your Florida vlogs are very fab and very helpful, as planning on taking our 12-year-old autistic daughter there in 2027. When you go back to Florida, would it be just the 2 of you again, or all the family, including Sharon's brother Chris?
Well, it can't take... Jimmy and Charlotte are going back in September. They would love us to go then, but it's Merlin and Douglas and can't go with them.
Dogs, which, as you know, Jimmy and Charlotte live with us. So when we go away, they've got the dogs. When they go away, they've actually gone away now to Disney.
Yeah, no, actually Disney on their way to Euro Disney.
Paris, Euro Disney. So we're looking after their cats. So it's a bit of a give and take. We can't actually all go away together, basically. And not only that, as you can imagine, Florida is a very expensive holiday, the Disney, especially the Disney lot. In an ideal world, yes, we'd love to all go with everybody, but the reality of it is that conditions means that we can't probably do that.
Our children pump out the children, as you know, and that's 3 kids, and that's a expensive holiday for them.
Yeah.
If we won the lottery, we'd all go.
Yeah. Oh yeah, different story then.
Yeah, all go.
So anyway, there we go. We just cooked with that. Now, if we wanted to, we could put a kettle on now and boil a kettle up as well. So
I don't want it on a cold drink, please.
Oh God.
You've only got to go in the fridge and get me a water.
I know. Anyway, that's it there, folks. That's the Bluetti Elite 100 right there. Still got loads of power in it for us, and all we do to turn the power off is hold the button in and it goes off. That's simple like that. And not once did them fans kick in.
No.
As I say, if you're buying a power bank, you want one that's going to be handy and easy to carry. That's got one handle on it, which means it's pretty, you've actually lifted it up, carried it along. It's nice and light. The bigger ones tend to be more bulkier, but that one is a lovely little size, and it can handle all what we need to do with regards to that and the kettle. We could even have the air fryer, which we've had running off it before. We've done that as well. So that is it. If the link will be in the description below, in the description just below this video, so do check it out. There might be some Black Friday deals on there from the link underneath. Anyway, that's the Bluetti Elite 100, folks. Now we can go inside, eat this, and before we do that, shall we show them your little Christmas tree you got?
Yes, Frank decorated this tree, everyone.
Where did we pick it up from?
I've got the tree from Home Bargains. Yep. It was $49.99.
Yep.
And the little star on the top, which is amazing,
yep,
was from Amazon for £16.
And you saw this one down the Ragged Apron.
Yeah, and I said, oh, I love your tree. Where did you get it? So I went straight down there and got it.
Look. Now,
can I just turn the lights off quickly? So
here we go.
Just so you can see there.
Oh,
people.
there we go. Look at that. Look.
You got, you know.
That's the star. That star's separate. That operates on a remote control,
which is on top of your stereo.
Oh, I've got it. Here.
Got it.
Oh, here we go. There you go. Look. So it changes colour. It flashes. It does this. It makes different patterns and stuff like that. Oh, let's turn the light on now. But that's one of them anyway, which is very nice. You might remember
the lovely Jackie and Lee, lovely couple.
They give us these. That's the old plates off of their car, which is going to go up in my log cabin shower, isn't it? Because we've done that. We'll have to show you that on another video, folks. Yes. It's pitch black out there now. Gary and Stacey have done lots of work in there to get it up and possibly running, although I need to put power in there while we've been away. So we're very happy with that.
Well,
here, look, folks, I just thought of another use for the Bluetti as well. Look, on the film shoot, look. Plugged it in there, look. Let's have a look what we're pulling at the moment. Here, look, 84 watts. That's pulling. These two lights here, which I use when we're doing our cooking videos. But we could be out on a film shoot somewhere, Shell.
Yes, we're on location.
The reason I've plugged it into that, actually, is because underneath where the Christmas tree lights, and we've only got one twin socket there, and it's a pain in the backside to get to. So, oh, sorry, bring that in and plug that in. So there you go. Little handy power supply. I'll just put you back on the tripod. Anyway, right, next question. This comes from Susan Bundy. Hi, Susan.
Hello.
Susan asks, are Nina and Rick your relatives or good friends?
Good friends.
They are good friends.
Very good friends.
When we went to Fuerteventura a couple of years ago? No, sorry, when we went to Lanzarote a couple of years ago, Nina was a subscriber living at Coraleco, which is at the top of Fuerteventura, and she emailed us one day. And she said, can I come over and see you? I said, yeah, well, no problem. So we drove all the way down to, what's the name, Playa Blanca?
Yeah, that was it.
And waited there, and 35 minutes later, Nina come across, and she's been our friend ever since.
On the ferry as you see us do.
Yeah. So, yeah, so that's what it is. And she's now a very good friend, her and Rick as well. Yeah. So that's how...
And Scruff.
Eh?
And Scruffy.
You know, like when you meet someone and you sort of...
You click.
You know you've been with them for ages, you've known them for ages. That's what it was like. So that's Nina and Rick, yeah. Then we got...
Andre Static.
Andre Static?
Yeah. I think, forgive me if it's wrong.
Yeah, sorry about that if it is. Have you met any other YouTubers who act completely different when the cameras are off? Negative or positive? We don't need names, maybe just a little bit of gossip. Well, to be honest with you, not really. No. The ones we've met...
I like they are.
We've met...
Northerners.
Northerners on tour.
Sammy and JP.
Yep, the Cambridges, WifesTooShort.
Please go across and subscribe to them.
They do some great videos.
All of these that we're mentioning.
The MacMaster.
Yep.
The Travel Trolls.
Lovely.
Neil Campsite Warden.
Yep. All as we see them, that's exactly
how they are.
And also
Neil R's Greatest Adventures. We bumped into him while we was in Skeggy.
Yeah.
He does like Skegness food vlogs and stuff like that. So we will leave their names below, folks, because it's a handy thing to sort of spread the love, so to speak, because they get notified that we've mentioned them, so to speak, and that way, you might go over there as well if we leave the links below. So yeah, no, they've all been the same as what they are on camera, to be honest with you. So not a bad word to say about it. And hopefully we're the same. We've had so many people say when they've met us, yeah, you're pretty much the same as what you are on camera, and we feel like we've known you for ages. Right, next one is 1964 Stanley. We love the vlog from Florida, especially the video where you use the F word.
That's caused some problems.
As you have said, it's real life. And that's how I would react to my lovely wife. It was so funny. We love to see you two in a motorhome going around the UK, especially down to Devon and Cornwall. You would love it. Well, let's look at the first part of that question first of all. Now, don't forget, we've been together since she was 15 and I was 17 years old. I'm now 62 in a couple of weeks, and Sharon's 60, so it's a hell of a long time. So we know each other pretty well, and you're not happy smiling all that time. Of course, we've had bad words and sat words with each other.
Any good making up though, people?
And also, our videos, we try to leave a bit of realism in there. I mean, we do swear. Obviously, we're adults. We have to use it. We don't swear
continuously,
like bucket mouths or whatever. No. But the incident which we're talking about is when Sharon was driving the car. I let her drive that little car in Florida, and she was looking ahead. A car was in front of us. The blokes just told us, don't bump the cars. And for some reason, Sharon just put her foot down and kept it down on the throttle. And I could just, lucky enough,
there was no brake.
Yeah, but it wasn't that. It wasn't a matter of that. You misjudged for some reason. Something just, you had your foot down. And by the time she realised, or I'd shouted out, and I went, for F's sake, or something like that. So it was a natural reaction in a crash. That's exactly what it was. And I thought, when I was editing that video, I thought, well, do I leave that in or do I take it out? People surely understand that it was a real life situation. I don't mean any malice by it, and she don't mean any malice when she uses the F word, which she does when something goes wrong. It don't mean that she hates me or that I'm a bad person.
I don't hate you one bit.
After that, Sharon had 3 messages, audio messages, sent to her. So I've condensed them down a little bit, but this just goes to show you that you can't please everybody all the time. And at the end of the day, which is why I have to adopt the delete and block policy, because normally when you get a comment which is bad, when I say bad, I mean insulting, derogatory, not putting you right sort of comment. There's nothing wrong with them, where people know better, because we get so much information out of the comment section anyway. But sometimes people are just downright rude, disrespectful, and these are the audios which someone said to us. And the reason why they sent it to Sharon is because I'd had bad emails from this person before, and I'd blocked them. I deleted and blocked them. So this person's gone one step further, hunted out Sharon's Facebook profile, and not just sent her a typed message in Messenger, he sent them verbal messages. Now you can draw from it what you will, but Sharon was very upset with it, and I'm going to play you a segment of it now, just to give you some sort of idea. You can draw your own conclusions as to what the person is, or who the person is, and where they are in their life. But here it is, just have a listen to this.
Martin, this is for you. If your empire, Butler's empire, I don't like the way you spoke to your wife when you're out. You're so inappropriate. I think Sharon could do better than you, 10 times better than you. And I don't watch you guys anymore. Today was the last time, because you're so inappropriate. At the end of the day, I've reported you to YouTube as well. I've reported you big time. I've reported you. Every time you're online, you're always doing something to Sharon that's inappropriate. I don't like it. And I'm backing your wife up with this as well. Another one, Martin. Is so rude to Sharon all the time. And I've reported you to YouTube. I've got a reply off YouTube. They just run me to say they're taking you offline for a while until you stop being rude to Sharon, and you're bullying Sharon all the time. Unbelievable all the time. That's all you ever say. Get a life, mate. You need to get a life. Instead of all this stuff you're doing with it. I don't go away on holiday because I can't afford it. I just don't know who the hell he thinks he is, having a go at you in a car thing where it's a go-kart. Martin doesn't know what the hell he's doing to you. If I had any chance, I'll come down and bloody come and talk to him. No, he does he talk to a woman like that. He needs to grow up here or bloody grow up. I like you, Sharon, more than Martin. You're a good host, he isn't. He's just a bully, Sharon, I'm sorry. He is. He's just a bully. And if you get back to me, and I'm a fan of yours, not Martin's. I like the way you've done your house as well. It's very nice. And Martin needs to take that bloody bike off that bloody ceiling. If you want to get back to me, Sharon, you're welcome to. And my number is 07, or if you want to give me a ring, and we could talk what he's doing to you. Alright, just give me a ring. But I think you should go away on your own, Sharon. I reckon you need to find a new man. And he is a pig. I'm sorry, he's just a pig. And try and subscribe to me as well on my channel. I've got 900 million on my channel, and I've got a lot. I've spoken to YouTube as well about Martin swearing and everything else about the music. You can have music in the background. You can. I don't care what he's saying. Oh, I don't know what he was saying. He was saying something. Just get back to me, Sharon, yeah? Alright, I'll speak to you soon. You take care. Have a blessed day. Bye.
I'd just like to reply to this so-called person. Martin is not a bully, not one bit. This man, whatever I want, he will go out and get me, and he will do for me. I have not wanted for anything in all the years we've been together.
Yeah.
And I could not love this man anymore, and he could not love me anymore.
Yeah.
So there's no need, and I don't wish to receive any messages like that at all.
Yeah.
You are the bully.
I mean, to make an assumption because of one word which come out, and don't forget, I do all the editing as well.
Yeah.
I could be whiter than white.
Do you know, he could make me out to be a bully if he wanted to.
Yeah, I could do that very easy in the editing.
Which he takes out.
Believe me, some of the stuff I have to take out where she's had a few words with me, but I don't leave that in because other people sometimes, as this chap, misread the situation.
Somebody talking about my husband like that, I did not like. So please, you have been blocked.
Yeah.
Do not try any other way of contacting me. I don't want to know. You want to get your facts straight.
Sent 3 different messages. Oh,
That's
sorry,
it
bear
now.
with us.
Let's finish it. He's not getting no more
But
airtime.
that is the reason, folks, because I couldn't tell. If that was just a written comment, you don't know what the person's about, what they're like. When you hear their voice, you can understand where that person is in their life. And that's why, when it's the written comment, no one normally goes to that extent, but he's actually hunted Sharon out on her profile.
But the thing is,
audio messages.
These people wouldn't say it to our faces.
No.
That's the thing.
Well, he told me he would. He said he would come and
yeah, but he wouldn't, would he?
I'd have a talk with you. Yeah. Well, unfortunately, that's never going to happen anyway.
No.
We can't reply to that audio message and try and state your case because, one, we don't have the time to do that anyway, and two, you're never going to change someone's opinion. If that's the way they think, depending on how their life is, then you're never going to change their opinion. So I was in 2 minds whether to put that in, but I thought I will put it in because it is real life. It is something we have to go through, and a lot of people just think I delete and block for any old comment, which isn't the case. That's the sort of thing which we delete and block for. And the thing is, that chap was prepared to lie. He was talking about YouTube, phoning YouTube, contacting YouTube. They phoned him back, which is obviously not true. And he also said that they're going to take my channel down. He also said to Sharon that he's got his own channel with 900 million subscribers. So, you know, these people are prepared to lie. And if there was an incident where I did get in a repertoire with that chap, and then I got a bit angry with him, before you know it, I can get myself in a whole lot of trouble. So it's just so easy just to delete and block and don't get involved. Don't let it upset you. It upset Sharon, that. It didn't really upset me, but it upset Sharon because it was targeted me to Sharon. So anyway, I'm going to move on from that because don't want it to drag us down.
That's it. No more said about it.
Right, okay, so next question. Next part of that question was, would you ever hire a motorhome going around the UK, especially down to Devon and Cornwall? I've never been to Devon and Cornwall.
No to the motorhome.
Yeah. Sharon has got used to stopping off in hotels now. Not only that, we can vlog hotels. There's many channels out there which do motorhome better than what we could ever do. So it's something we wouldn't really feel the need to go into because Sharon likes a little bit of luxury now. And sleeping in your own bed and that sort of thing, or sleeping.
I mean, it's lovely taking your own toilet for a drive. I mean, I quite agree with that. Yes.
You like that idea, don't you?
Yes, I like that idea.
So there you go. That's 1964 Stanley. Andrea, TX2NR. Great holiday vlog. Love seeing Florida. Are you going back next year? And would you ever do a cruise? Are we going back next year?
Definitely.
There you go. So we're not too sure exactly when, but it's the sort of thing where the 2 weeks we was there, we had loads of people give us loads of advice on what to go and where to go and stuff like that. We had to go to where we went because our children bought the tickets for the theme parks.
Loved it.
So that was the main thing, and we spent quite a bit of time there. But even so, we didn't do everything at the theme parks, and we missed out the Universal.
Yeah, you've got Universal. See, that wasn't paid for, obviously.
That wasn't paid for.
So you've got Universal, you've got Cape Canaveral, which you really want to do.
Yeah.
Isn't it? And there's so many other places around there.
Yeah.
And as you know, it's an expensive trip.
Yeah. So, it's a lot of money. It's definitely worth going back there because we only saw a fraction of it. We won't get into the car bit yet and hiring a car because that's coming up. Would you ever do a cruise?
Wouldn't bother me to do a cruise, but you don't really like the idea of it, so that's fine. I'm quite happy to get on a plane and go anywhere.
I just find it that these big ships, and we've seen them in harbours, haven't we?
Yeah.
They are absolutely enormous. And it's okay when the sea is calm on.
That's it, I'd have to go to calm places.
Sometimes the sea ain't calm, is it?
You go to is it the Mediterranean, is it?
Yeah, but the Mediterranean isn't very tidal because
it's
only got a little inlet there.
There we go,
but the
that's the place
main Pacific or the Atlantic, plenty of waves there, and it could happen. Anyway, that's another story. She wouldn't mind doing a cruise, or she would go. I'm not all that keen on it, but there again, I wasn't keen on going to Disney. But
well, yeah, that's true.
That totally changed me. So yeah, we're not sure, but definitely going back to Florida again. Mark Spence, would you ever visit Northern Ireland? We've never been to Ireland, north or south. Yes, we would go to Ireland. We are always looking for new places to visit for like 3 or 4 days maybe, or even a week or something. So yes, that would be a possibility, although we've not investigated it yet because every year we sort of sit down and think where we're going. We've got Turkey planned for this year later on in the year.
Yeah, that's in June. We're going to Turkey.
We obviously fit our Scotland visits in to go and
definitely want to go back to Whitby.
Whitby as well,
yes.
We're going in the new year, hopefully, definitely.
I actually love Whitby.
Andy Campion says, how did you rate your experience flying with British Airways?
Totally different from Ryanair and EasyJet.
Really?
Yes, I think it was a great experience, but the food is rubbish.
Yeah. I think the main part was that we was on a totally different plane.
Yeah, it was amazing.
It wasn't a 737, which we normally go for when we go to the Canary Islands or in some parts of Europe, or Turkey, Cyprus, all that sort of stuff. It was the big 777, and
I loved it.
So much better. And also having the TV screens in the back of the seats on a long flight, it makes the flight. We was on there for 8.5 hours.
I can't believe we was on there that long because you just don't realise the time.
Yeah.
And I was pretty comfortable, except on the way back because I booked the wrong seats.
Yeah.
But no, I enjoyed it. Even the toilets are bigger.
The flight was fantastic, to be honest with you. BA, I don't know, BA obviously do set smaller jets, but that size jet, that was great. And going to America was absolutely fine as well.
Yes.
Lady Hepcat, hi both. Just wanted to ask if you found Orlando expensive with the food, etc.
Not really, because what I done today, I was actually sorting out the prices of the cabs, and I just put in. I knew one of our bills was about £78 for food.
Right.
And then I converted that because I had the converter thing up, and that was about $64. And I thought that's not too bad. That's your drinks and food that we had.
And don't forget, you're not getting small portions out there.
No, I don't think the food was expensive.
Also, clothes. When you go to the outlet stores, all the brand names, the Gucci's, your Ralph Lauren's and all that lot. Nike, Adidas, Reebok, all that sort of stuff.
Well, you got a bargain with your Reeboks.
They are cheaper than in the UK, so if you want to get some bargains out there, leave a bit of room in your case. We took a empty case, really, didn't we? Yeah,
we took 2 cases, which we never do. We filled half each, and then we had filled up the other side.
So, we found it okay, to be honest with you.
No, I thought, as you said, the good quality food, so no, it was good.
Gary Collier. Hi both, food looked amazing in Florida, but I followed your advice recently on keeping healthy. Was it easy to keep your target of steps a day, and did you feel safe doing all that walking? We always do a lot of walking when we're on holiday. And did we feel safe? The only place we really walked was from the hotel up and down International Drive.
Yeah.
Within walking distance. You see us go and do that walk to Walmart, where we walked across the main roads and all that. That's not normally what we would do. That was a once experience, not to be done again, because it's just as easy to jump in a cab.
Yeah.
Order an Uber or a Lyft cab. As far as the walking goes, most of our days were spent going round the parks, the theme parks, and that's where you're doing all your walking, which is a safe environment anyway.
Yeah, but you think, when you see all them people, you think, oh my God, look at them crowds. You don't even see the crowds after a bit because everybody's so happy there. It's a totally different atmosphere.
So yes, it was very easy. We averaged between 10,000 steps and 17,000 steps a day.
And it was perfect walking weather, wasn't it, really?
Yeah,
it was
day.
lovely weather.
Yeah. So yeah, the safety part, obviously there's parts in every country where you wouldn't go walking.
We've got it here, haven't we? We've got it here.
It's the same everywhere. But we was fine walking there, not a problem whatsoever. But we didn't walk everywhere. We got cars 2 places and then walked.
Yeah.
So to get in 2 places, you wouldn't do that as walking. Cool Cleo, what surprised you most on your recent holiday? Would you go to the theme parks in other countries now? What surprised us most on
How happy
holiday?
everybody is.
I was just about to say that.
And polite. It was wonderful.
Yeah. Now someone did say, keep getting people say, yeah, they're only being polite with you because they're after a tip. They only get, or the one person we spoke to said that they only get $10 as a base payment. The rest of their wages is made up being tipped. And then someone said, yeah, but it's only because they're being nice to you only because they're getting paid. Well, when you're in the UK or any other country, they're getting paid a lot more. So they're getting paid the proper wage, but they're still not as happy as the people we met out in the USA. So if that's what it takes for someone to be nice and a bit of customer service, to work for your tips, so to speak, or to work for your wages and show a happy face, then that seems to work better than people who do get a full proper wage for their waitressing or serving, and they're not showing you happiness.
Well, you could say that in McDonald's. The staff in McDonald's out there are totally different to the staff in McDonald's here. Totally different.
Yeah. And would we go to theme parks in other countries now? Well,
yes.
me personally, I'm not really a theme park person. Of course, we went there because it was Sharon's 60th birthday party. We're not thrill seekers, although you wouldn't know.
I don't know. I think I am a bit of a thrill seeker now.
You wouldn't know that with a video.
I actually enjoyed it.
Yeah, but I don't think I'll go on a holiday for a theme park. If they're there, maybe, but they're so expensive, aren't they?
They are very expensive.
You can't just pop in and say, oh, we're going to go in there for a couple of rides. You've got to pay for a day ticket or a week ticket or 3-day ticket, which is hundreds of pounds, euros or dollars, whatever. So yeah, we would go to other countries, but I'm not necessarily go for the theme parks. Disney's a little bit special, isn't it?
Oh, it's amazing.
Kazzy Webb, how did you manage without seeing your dogs for 2 weeks?
I watched them on the Ring doorbell.
There you go. And they did go berserk when we got back.
Oh, so did I. So did I, though.
What's the best way of eating that suited you each for losing weight? Will you take us back on your food journey? That's how I first found your channel, looking on low carb ideas. And will you start a new regime after Christmas? If you do, I will join. Perhaps have our own slimming club. Well, we don't eat many carbs. You've seen a handful of videos with us eating in the restaurants where we've had carbs, macaroni cheese, chips, fries, whatever you want to call them, jacket potatoes. As a rule, that was to film the video to show you what their meals are like. Off camera, when we was eating, I went for like ribeye steak, shrimp, broccoli, and the mashed potato, which come with a dish, for example. I'll give that to Sharon. But normally, I wouldn't eat hardly any carbs.
But we've done so much walking as well out there.
And we also done so much walking. But also, the reason why we also like the buffet style eating in the restaurant, which we did as well in the evenings, which was the buffet style means that you can take what you want. In other words, there's loads of meats there. There was green vegetables. There was all the stuff I can eat, basically. Chicken, salads, all that sort of stuff, like keto stuff and all that. It's easier to eat a buffet style in that sort of quality. So yeah, we do eat like that. What we normally, we basically, off camera, we eat what we normally would eat. I have the same thing for breakfast: bacon, eggs, sausages, and maybe beans, but not every single day.
All that lovely crispy bacon.
So yeah, we didn't eat much different than what we did at home, but we didn't eat a lot more as well. But the meals we showed you was for showing you in the video. So that's that, yeah. And as far as are we starting a new regime? Well, I put on, from where I was at the start of this year, I did put on a stone up until now, because we've been eating doing a few carb eating videos before we went to Orlando. I've already lost 5 pounds of that already, just by eating back to my own non-carb diet, basically. So yeah, it's a way of life. It's not a diet, it's an eating plan for life.
When you see us at the Ragged Apron, that's all we have, and then we might just pick on a piece of meat or something overnight. That's it. We don't have another meal. Yeah. Right, and there we go. This comes from Glyn Young. The size
portions of the food in Florida looks massive. Bearing in mind that you both put on weight despite you doing a lot of walking.
Thanks.
Well, we didn't put on a lot of weight, but as I said to you, the weight I'd put on, when I weighed myself when I come back from Florida, I was the same weight before I went away.
I was still in the same clothes, I hadn't got any tighter.
But we'd also, as I said to you, done a lot of walking.
Yeah.
So that stopped us from putting on weight because we were literally doing a lot of walking. So that was, yeah, the sizes were big, but we didn't eat like that all the time off camera. Anyway, one more thing we've got to do, folks, before we do anything, because we're going away to Scotland. If we want to see the state of that carpet in here, while the dogs have been walking about up and down, in that dining room again, using our Ultenic Vessler.
Oh, yes, baby.
And then we're going to do a giveaway for the Kasori. So this is quite a long video, this one. Let's get this done first. Yeah, show you.
We've got to start waking them up.
Show you what's been going on here, walking backwards and forwards while we've been away. Right, first of all, Sharon, let's just have a quick look on how our little power bank's doing. We're still plugged into it, folks. There we go, 84 watts, it's pulling the right. We've still got 66% power. That's been on all the time, Sharon, isn't it?
Yeah, sure.
So it's done all our cooking, and it's also still powering our lights there, as you can see.
Done all that chatting.
Here we go. The Ultenic U20 Flex does stand up on its own, Sharon, which is a bonus.
Look, no hands.
Now, you've also got the bendy shaft in the middle.
Yeah,
Have a look at that again. Can't wait to see what comes up in this.
There we go.
So that's for getting under sort of carpets.
Tables.
Getting under tables, sofas, beds and stuff like that without the need to bend over. Merlin, away. You've got to tell him, look, away.
He loves it when the light goes on.
You right, put it in straight, baby. Let's see what else
Simple
we've got
as
there.
that.
You are empty at the moment. We've got an empty chamber there, folks. We haven't done this at all since we've been back. So we've also got an LCD display on there as well, haven't you? As you can see, different turbo modes.
Floor, carpet, turbo.
And it gives you a time left on each different mode as well. So it's also got that green light technology, definitely ideal for hard floors. So you're just going to go over this area now, only this walkway here. And that green eye technology picks up stuff which you can't normally see, innit?
Yeah, you can actually see where you need to go, can't you?
And it's also got an anti-tangle brush. And its 4-layer design helps prevent hair wrap. Automatically beats the carpet, Sharon, for deeper cleaning. And also ensures uninterrupted cleaning for homes with pets, which is what we've got basically.
So
already, look at that, folks. Look, can I just show you already? Look, that little bit she's done there, look.
I'm now going on turbo over where I've just been.
That'll get it going deeper. But we need to do this before we go away because we're away for another 10 or 11 days. So we've got to go through the whole house with this. And don't forget, this is a brand new carpet as well. And this is a most walked area by the dogs at the end of the day. So Sharon will just do in front of the Christmas tree as well.
Yeah, I might drop some needles.
Eh?
I might drop some needles off my tree.
But you've got no flexes or anything hanging down there, and the run time depends on your mode, what you got it set on.
Oh.
So when you come to stubborn areas, just whack it up to turbo.
Yeah, which is on now.
And you should be all right. And don't forget, we've got all this carpet, all this big room here to do, look. All this, all down there, around here. All in there as well. As part from the bedrooms and stuff like that, so there's loads to do. As you go, look, she's using the old bending thing there, although she's bending down, but you don't necessarily need to bend down. Right, so all you've literally done, Sharon...
Is this little bit?
Yeah. It's just that little bit there. They've got the rest of this to do still. Let's have a look at that. Let's get that container off, Sharon.
I'll tell you what, let's get a bit of kitchen roll this time, because you don't normally do that, do you?
Of course I don't.
In fact, we can use your question sheet.
Oh, go ahead, turn it over. Right, let's have a look in here then, folks, and just see what's come out just on this little bit of carpet here. So this is the Ultenic U20 Flex, and I can already see that, Sharon. That's amazing. There. Look at this, look. Pull it all out. Look at that, look. Keep going. Yeah, there you go. Look, give it a little shake. You have got HEPA filters in there, folks. 2 lots of filters in that. And they're also washable as well, so you can get
that though, look.
Yeah, that's the stuff. See, this grit is the stuff that's deep in the carpet. The hairs will probably be on the surface.
Yeah.
But because it beats the carpet, and that's only there. That's just that little walkway there.
Yeah.
You've not even done from there onwards at all.
Nope.
Absolutely amazing. And don't forget, folks, this is actually a brand new carpet as well. So that's a marvellous tool. We're so happy we got this.
That's embarrassing.
Well, it's not really. That just shows you how good that is,
yeah.
how good that vacuum is. And that goes anywhere. Don't forget, that's no power leads.
Lovely and light.
Yep, lovely and light. And it also comes with a spout as well.
I've got a nozzle here, but there is another bit there.
For your creases and stuff like that. But
ideal for doing the car.
Stairs,
when you take that
car,
off.
anything like that, fantastic.
Yep.
We will leave a link in the description below for this, folks, just below there as well. So do check that out as well.
This is a very good Hoover.
And seeing as we've played with some gadgets today, baby, I think it's time we gave away an air fryer.
Oh, yeah, let's give them an air fryer.
Okay, folks, here's the video in question. It's the one where we 3 meals in 1 air fryer, Cosori Turbo Tower. That video, we asked you to leave a comment below there, so I'm just going to grab the URL at the top there and then go over to the YouTube random comment picker and paste into there that URL. The words we're looking for is, let me just do a keyword, make mine a double. That's the word we're looking for, or the phrase, including replies, but we don't allow duplicates. So let's continue and let's see how many people put that exact phrase in under that video. There we go, we've got 362 unique comments, and we're now going to pick the winner. Get ready, and the winner is Emily Bell 8348, and she's put down make mine a double. Well done, Emily.
Well done, Emily.
So there you go, well done, Emily. And if you leave your name and shipping address at that email there, we'll get that sent off to you ASAP.
Ready for Christmas.
Well, there you go, folks. We're going to get ready for our Scottish visit now, so do keep an eye out for them videos coming up soon. And this was quite a long video, Sharon, but it's one we thought we'd better put out there. As I say, we like to be positive at the end of the day, and hopefully we can put a bit of positivity into your life as well. Thanks very much. We'll see you in the next video, and until then,
bye.
Bye for now.